When I read that this was from the director of X-Men Origins Wolverine and Ender's Game, I really dreaded watching this. But it surprised me in more ways than one. Hello my beautiful geekies and welcome to my review for Eye in the Sky, directed by Gavin Hood and written by Guy Hibbert. It stars Alan Mirren, the late great Alan Rickman, Barkhad Abdi, Aaron Paul and Ian Glenn. And this movie sees the British and US military joining forces in an operation to capture terrorists in Kenya. The mission exponentially escalates once a little girl enters the kill zone and triggers a dispute of morality over modern day warfare. I was so surprised by this movie. First of all, great cast. You have Alan Mirren being the commanding officer in this mission, and then you have Alan Rickman sitting in a room with the Prime Minister and his associates, asking them what they should do, if they give the order, if they don't give the order, and then you have Barkhad Abdi sitting on the ground with a little device to spy on these terrorists as they are in a house, and then you have Aaron Paul being the guy in charge of this drone that is going to launch the bomb. I really enjoyed how this movie worked, having all its pieces set in different rooms, and you get this claustrophobic feeling as you are inside each room with each of these people. One with Alan Mirren as she wants to take this mission ahead and quickly accomplish it, and then you have Alan Rickman, the guy who's having his own issues in his personal life and has to deal with the Prime Minister directly and follow his orders and telling Alan Mirren either yes or no. Then you have Barkhad Abdi who's sitting on the ground and he's all alone in there, and Aaron Paul, who of course deals with this issue that people are telling him to launch the bomb, but there's a little girl right there who's going to probably die if he does launch this bomb. The movie works so well and it gets you so hyped up in tension. You really feel icky and you get yourself asking, what would yourself do if you were in either of these rooms or on the ground? What would you choose to do? Would you choose to let these terrorists go and probably blow up a bomb somewhere else? Or would you launch this bomb and probably kill this little girl that is right there next to the house that the terrorists are in? Fantastic performances by an all-around great cast. Alan Mirren is an imposing, commanding officer. She takes no shits from anyone. She wants to accomplish this mission. She's got her eye on her target and she wants to go this full throttle. And Alan Rickman, you get several levels from him. He actually agrees with Alan Mirren on some points. He then agrees with the Prime Minister on other points. But they always have to consult any higher commands from the US military since they are the ones helping them in this mission. You have Aaron Paul sitting on the room with this girl. They are looking at things. They are receiving orders. They can't do anything else. But of course you have those issues of morality that make all these characters human throughout the movie. And then Barkhad Abdi, he was so great in the movie. I was so glad he was not given the role of a terrorist once again. I really want to see this guy in more movies, and once again he was fantastic, just like before on Captain Phillips. Gavin Hood not only directs, but he plays a little role in this movie, playing a superior officer to Aaron Paul. And I think he did a really good job in both roles, but mainly in the director's chair. I mean, as I told you, I was dreading watching this movie because this guy hasn't directed good movies before, at least from the ones I've seen. But I was astounded that he directed such a nerve-wracking, high-tension war thriller, and it's not a war movie that you get to see a lot of. You really get to see what goes on behind the scenes on the usual war movies that you get, and you really get to see threefold pieces of what goes on during an assault mission. I was astounded at how well this movie worked as far as writing goes, as far as directing goes. Acting, I did not question it, and it was great to see Alan Rickman play such a fantastic role in his last movie. I really am happy to finally have watched this movie. I damn myself for not having watched it in theaters when it came to my country around June or May. But if you haven't watched Eye in the Sky, I please you to watch this movie because it is really nerve-wracking. It is really a movie that I recommend you to watch. Fantastically directed, fantastically written, fantastically acted. All around, the pieces all work in this movie. I'm very satisfied that I finally got to watch this. I couldn't be happier, and it is indeed one of the best movies of the year, and I absolutely give it a kneel before me. What did you think of Eye in the Sky? Have you seen it? Have you not? Do you like this new take on the war movie? And do you want to see more of it? And let me know in tribute to the late great Alan Rickman, since this was his last role, unfortunately, what is your favorite Alan Rickman role? besides Professor Snape? I know a lot of you would answer that. I would answer that myself. So let's increase the level of difficulty of this question. Let me know all that in the comments below, and don't forget to vote for the Q&A coming in September. The movie with the biggest number of votes will get a Q&A dedicated to it in September. Magnificent 7 is right now winning, but it's up to you to decide which movie gets a Q&A. Of course, you guys can stalk me on the internet by going to my vlog channel, or my Facebook page, or my Instagram, or my Pop Price Guide page. Those links are all in the description. I hope you go there. And if you haven't subscribed yet and are new to this channel, welcome! Subscribe and join us in our beautiful geeky community where we are always geeky united! Many reviews coming this week, including Secret Life of Pets that is finally coming to Portugal. I had a lot of movie reviews last week, as well as serial reviews for Luke Cage and Rogue One, and I did a review from Lisbon, walking around the city as I reviewed Nerve for you. I hope you go check that out, and of course come back later when I keep uploading special videos and reviews right here on the Geekness Overlord channel. Cheers!